Today we catch up with Coach Rodenberg after Week 7 in the season. The Braves are now 6-1. Coach, how are we doing today?
Doing good, Rob.
Boy, great weather, huh?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Woo! Since that Hurricane Friday where everything cleared and you guys got moved to Saturday, it's just been great, hasn't it?
Yep.
Decisive win at Reading on Friday night. Before we discuss the performance of the team, I was going to ask you, how was the grass at Memorial Stadium?
You know, they did a really good job. They were fortunate enough to have a an away game during the rain. So the field was in good shape. They work hard at trying to do the best they can with that field.
Because I believe they play soccer on there, boys and girls, and at least what I saw from the films, there was a lot more grass than dirt, with Week 7. I thought it was going to be a dirt path, but it wasn't at all.
No, it was good turf. It was dry. It was soft, so we didn't have any problems.
Let's talk about offense, defense, and special teams from the victory over Reading, 35-7. I know Reading plays hard. They'll hit you. So I know from that standpoint, physicality, it was a good test. But let's talk about offense first.
Well, they do hit you. And, they caused our run game to earn their yards, which we did, and then that's good. If we're going to be a good football team, you want to see good football teams. And Reading challenged us, and they just made us work a little bit on blocking, and we finally got some things going. Second half, we exploded. So, and then that's what you got to do against good teams. You got to make your changes, and we did. I thought defensively on the opposite end, we shut them down, and then offensively they came out and kind of went back to their wing tee and kind of hit us in the mouth a little bit. And we probably weren't prepared for as much wing tee as we were going to see, but we reacted. We got it together, and we held them to one score.
So from that standpoint, defensively, they made your O-line really work at it to get the run game established. Defensively, they gave you a new look, so that was good for making adjustments in game. So it's probably a good Week 7 test, right?
Yeah, I think Reading's one of the better teams in the CHL, and to get ready for Wyoming and get ready for Taylor, I'm glad we played them, and I'm glad we came out successful.
Great. I thought we'd spend a little time talking about your JV team and middle school teams because we haven't talked about them yet this year. Your JV team is 4-1-1, 8th grade is 3-3, and 7th grade is 5-0. And then building depth in a winning program starts at your lower levels.
Absolutely key, and that's why we have our middle school practice on the high school field with us, and I want to make sure they feel like they're part of the program because they are. It's not a middle school. We're two schools that are connected, in my opinion, and so they're part of our program. The reserve team, that's the hardest job because as a varsity coach, you're picking and stealing from that reserve team, and then they're still expected to go out and win, but he's only had one team score on him in the CHL in that reserve level, and he's playing with different lineups every week. So I'm really pleased with how they're doing. I think varsity reserve we're 14-2, so it builds for depth for the future.
How are one of the things you read about that football's down and everything? How are the numbers at your lower levels, Coach?
They're not bad. It is down a little bit, but it's down on a national level.
Right.
So, winning will produce the numbers, but there's also some other factors. Our numbers are healthy, but they're certainly not. They're not as big as we'd like them to be.
Got it. Okay. On Friday, you traveled to 1-6 Finneytown Wildcats, field turf at Finneytown. What are you expecting to see from them?
Oh well, you're going to get a team that's going to play hard. That's for sure. They've got some athletes. You don't want to look forward to. You don't want to look past them to Wyoming because we got to go out and play well. But it's a game that we should, if we do our job, go out and get the win. And it's just their numbers are really down. And there's no sense lying. We want to get the win and get ready for Wyoming.
And that's that comes to my last question. During the week, do you remind the team that not to take a 1-6 team lightly and work hard all week to have fun on Friday night?
My message to our team is you've got to be able to look in the mirror after the game and say, did we get better? It's the last thing you want to do against a team like Finneytown or anybody that's not really great. You don't want to just go out there and play. First of all, in football, you only get so many games, so you work hard in the off season. You work hard during the week. You want to go out and get better. You want to go out and display your skills, and it's a rally call to our players to go out and make sure we became a better football team.
Great. Best of luck, Coach, on Friday. We'll catch up next week. Go get that win.
Great. Thanks, Rob.